Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Carrie Jane, and recently I've been seeing a lot of activity on my channel regarding how-to videos, such as how to calculate your soul number, how to calculate everything in your chart, as well as like introduction to numerology and things of that nature. And so it has prompted me to make this video on some resources that I either currently use or have used in the past for numerology, to learn numerology, and be where I am today. And unfortunately, there are not many. And I might make a video in the future talking about that, like why there are so fewer resources in numerology compared to, say, something like astrology. But that's a topic for another video. I just want to give you a quick mention of what I like to use and then go on to some updates for this channel. So, the first book or resource that I would like to share with you is this. And if you watched my How I Became a Numerologist video, you have heard of the book that was purchased for me when I was 14 years old and how I got started with it. And that is this exact same book. And this is Glynnis Has Your Number by Glynnis McCants. Right there. So, I recommend this book for anyone, and these books, all of these books really, for anyone who either wants to learn numerology because they want to discover more about themselves, or they legitimately want to become a numerologist and learn how to read the numbers, learn other people's charts, and learn how to step by step figure out what that means and blend them together and be able to read a person. So this is the best book I've been able to currently find on very simple, just learning how to calculate numbers. This book very, very easily explained to me how to get all the numbers, how to just come up with a person's chart, and then develop some further concepts such as, what it's like to have certain numbers for your home or for your pets and things of that nature. This is a very good introductory book, in my humble opinion. However, it developed a very good foundation for me, but it wasn't until years of doing over and over again what this book has taught me that really allowed for me to develop a full sense of each number. So, as far as expanding upon that knowledge, like past getting through this first step, where you're learning, one thing at a time, and you get it down pat, you get the math down pat, you know what number is for what. That just takes time, and that just takes patience. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it takes so long for us to really develop in this way. But I think it's really important to mention that there are no shortcuts with anything. If you really want to develop yourself, whether it be numerology or with something else, there's no shortcut. The only way to really dig down deep, become good at something, do anything at all, it just takes time. The only way out is through. So I just want to mention that. But yeah, Glynnis Has Your Number by Glynnis McCants. Excellent book to learn how to do numerology. Now, the next book I'm going to show you is called Life Cycles, and I mentioned it a lot in my personal year number videos because that is what this book talks about. I am extremely impressed by this woman's work. As I've already mentioned, it's really hard to find resources on numerology that are reliable, that are good. And so when I found her website, I was thrilled. And I believe her website is creativenumerology.com. If that's wrong, you'll know by looking in the description because I'll be listing all these resources in the description. So please refer to there to get to these things. But I just want to say that this book is amazing. And the great thing about Christine Delory is that she has a ton of free information on her website that is extremely insightful, extremely useful, and will help you get to more depth of the numbers. This book didn't do that much for me. That might be the case for other people, but the Glynnis McCants book did not do that for me. This did. And I really appreciate the way that Christine Delory was able to kind of culminate her life's practice to blend the numbers together to be able to formulate this life cycle book. The great thing about this book is that it goes through the entire year one by one, and then it goes through the months individually. So this takes you through the whole 9-year cycle. And it's just an amazing resource as a human being to have in general. I love, like, for example, we're about to come up upon July. As soon as it becomes July, I look at my year and my month, and it gives me really good insight to what I'm going through right now. And it's been creepy accurate. So please check her stuff out. While she does give a lot of this information for free on her website, the book has more. And so at first I was just hanging out on her website and printing out my yearly cycles every new year, and eventually I was just like, what am I doing? Literally every single new year, it was like it became a celebration. Basically every single new year I had this tradition of going to her website and printing out the cycle I was about to enter and studying it and having it on the new year. And I was like, what am I doing? I just need to buy the book. And I did, and I'm really glad I did because it had even more. So yeah, like I said, if you're learning numerology, whether it be for yourself or for other people, this has been a great resource. Now, unfortunately, that's it. Those are the only 2 books that I have on numerology that I use, which leaves me with the biggest and most important resource as a numerologist, and that is human beings, real life human beings that you are close to, not celebrities or people that are, you don't know very well. When you know the numbers really well and you do celebrities' numbers, it's fun, but you don't know a person unless they're in your life, no matter what. So just doing a bunch of celebrities' life path numbers is not going to help you learn numerology. The way you learn numerology is you get 1 or 2 books like I did that help you get a foundational sense of what you're doing. And then you do every single person's chart that you know on an intimate level. So these are your family members, these are your friends. And then once you do those, do more. Do as many charts as you possibly can. Ask strangers, or not necessarily strangers, but people you first meet who you think would be open to that kind of thing. Be like, hey, I'm trying to learn numerology. Would you let me do your chart? That's what I did for like the first 4 years that I had been learning numerology. And that's how I got where I am today. That's how I got so good at it. So uh, it's interesting because each numerologist that you come into contact with will have a slightly different practice because this experience is going to shape it in a very unique way. They'll have their own little fingerprint of understanding within numerology because no two people are alike, no matter how similar their charts are. And that's where this intuition part comes in. It takes sitting down with a person. That's why I refuse to do numerology over a phone call. I will only do it in person or through video chat. It takes really sitting down with a person, constructing this chart, and then deconstructing it along with them, asking them very important questions, and kind of unraveling the story of this human being that's in front of you. And then you will have insight for them based on the mother that you have a really close relationship with, who has similar numbers to them and has had similar experiences to them, and you can offer advice for them or whatever it is that they need at that time. So these books helped me get to where I am today, but there comes a point where you can only reach so much information in anything, and it's just going to take time and experience to develop this kind of knowing. So that's all I want to share with you today regarding resources on numerology. If you would like a reading with me, please go to the links in the description. There are 2 different readings that you can actually purchase through there. One is on Etsy and one's on Patreon. And the Etsy account has a listing where it's just straightforward a numerology reading with me. But the other one is a monthly reading, and it's only $5 a month, really simple. And I go through what the collective is going through a numerological perspective. It's a hard word to say. And then I look at your individual charts and talk about that, and at the end of the video I pull a card for you guys. So that's what that's all about. If you are curious, just like I said, check out the links in the description. This is a great option for you, especially if you've been following me regularly and have noticed that I have been posting less videos. That's for many reasons, but one of the reasons is because I have a whole weekend that is taken up by just filming that one video. I put a lot into it. I purchase candles for you guys. It's kind of like a healing modality for me, not just a numerology modality for me. So if you want more videos from me and you've been, like I said, following my channel, that might be a great option for you as well. And before I take off, I'd just like to mention some ideas that I have moving forward with this channel, because I just finished my repeating number playlist. I want to take a break from the numerology playlists. I know that's most likely why most of you are here on this channel. But it's, like I've said in the past, it takes a lot of planning, it takes a lot of everything. It's a lot of time to construct something like a playlist, and I like to shake it up a bit. I like to do different things. So I'm going to take a break from that for now. But in the far future, I do have some potential ideas that would just be fun regarding numerology. Something like, for example, doing a playlist on crystals with the life paths. Like maybe, recommending certain crystals for every life path, and of course that's not like a black and white type of, playlist such as the life path number videos, but it would be fun. It would be fun to make. I think it would be fun for you guys too, let me know what you think. And just things like that. I'm considering diving into, but we'll see. We'll see how much time I have in the future and how I'm feeling. As for, upcoming months, I would really like to do more reflection videos. I would like to talk about, what it means to be a light worker. I would like to talk about, the commodification of spirituality. I would like to talk about these things that are on my mind every day that I don't really get to express myself much with. I have my Facebook page where I branch out of numerology a bit, but mostly I'm just sharing memes and images there, and it's not doing much for me, so I would like to go back to making some more reflection videos like I have in the past. And it would be nice to just have a thought that day, something that I saw in my newsfeed and I was inspired by and was able to make a video on for you guys. So I'm going to switch my focus over to that for a while. Who knows? We'll see what comes of it, but also, last but not least, I take requested videos, and I say it often here on my channel, but I don't think I mention it enough. I take requested videos, so if you have a question about numerology, or maybe an expansion on one of, my other videos that I made, please let me know. The only requested videos that I'm not doing anymore are the ones that are very, very specific for that person. Those I actually make on my Patreon account now. So for example, in the past I had someone who was a 5 life path who wanted to know what the 4-year was like for the 5. So I made a video on that, and it takes a lot of time for me to make these videos, and I love having this channel, but when it comes to specific stuff like that, I'm just going to do it on Patreon from now on, especially since it's not going to pertain to many people. There's, I'm sure, barely any 5 life paths who are going through a 4-year cycle have discovered that video and have benefited from that. So I really want to prioritize my time right now and to, be as available as I can for as many people as I can when it comes to YouTube. So yeah, just thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for commenting, as always, for liking my videos. And I'm just hoping that you guys are okay. I'm really enjoying the summertime now. I'm sad that it's not summer all the time. It's the only thing that I'm kind of despondent about lately. And of course, you might be Australian going through winter right now, so if that's the case, I apologize. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I really do. And I think that times are getting really weird. They've always been strange, but it's just some things really surprise me, and it's hard to surprise me. So I'm glad that I have this channel. I'm really glad that I stuck my neck out and did the uncomfortable thing of learning how to make words come out of my face and talk to an inanimate object, so that I could have this platform, and so that I could be a voice in the sea of everything that's happening right now, which is extensive and is disorienting. So my phone's ringing now, so I think that means I gotta go. So again, thank you all so much, and I'll see you all soon.